Hi everyone, welcome to Draw What I Want, a channel where I learn how to draw and I share my experience with you all. So thank you so much for being a part of this journey. In today's video, I'm going to be learning how to draw advanced level houses. And this is lesson 13 of the book by Mark Isler. So I'm going to be using this book to guide my learning session. And if you're new to this channel, please feel free to have a look at my previous videos where I learned to draw other objects as a beginner artist. So as always, I've got my sketchbook here, the pencil, sharpener, the eraser, if I need it for drawing. Lovely. So let's begin. Okay, so I'm just gonna use a plain piece of white paper to lean on because I'm a left-hander, so just to make sure that I don't smudge my previous drawing that I did. And again, if you're new to this channel, please feel free to have a look at my previous video or 3 previous videos where I challenged myself to draw a house. Well, it's more like a bridge thingy, but I called it a house just to simplify it. Okay, and yeah, please, I always say, please feel free to put in the comments where you're from, what drew you to this video, why is it that you're watching it, are you learning to draw as well, are you just watching it as entertainment to kind of have a laugh at my mistakes, or maybe these kind of videos are inspiring you and motivating you throughout your own journey. I would really love to know and to build a community of like-minded people, basically, who are going through the same journey. All right then, so let's begin. So okay, so advanced level houses. So I'm just gonna read it through because I haven't looked at this page yet. So I'm going through it first time as well. So I'm just going through it as I would normally do. So bear with me, please. So initially going to have this advanced level house as the bonus challenge for lesson 12. However, I realized there was such a high volume of educational content in this drawing that I decided to make it into a full lesson. So this is Mark the artist is saying. Doing this allowed me to include an additional house drawing, my favorite deluxe multi-roof house, as the bonus challenge. A win-win scenario. I get to wedge another one of my favorite lessons into this book, and you get to learn how to draw more intricate houses. Okay, so number 1, redraw lesson 12. Redraw lesson 12's simple house up to this step here. Okay, and lesson 12 was basically this house here, which I drew in my previous lesson. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, and I'm just gonna have a look the measurement just so that I know how much of the page to take. So this is what we're drawing. So I guess this one is going to be this one. So maybe we'll start it here and then it will kind of take the rest of the page. Okay, so if I'll begin now, I feel like it's been so long already since I drew the first house from lesson 12, but if I remember, we need to draw a foreshortened square. So that's not correct already, so if we'll just do that. I always want to make sure that I'm using his lesson to as reference points, so making sure that the lines are parallel. We'll just leave it like that. It's not the end of the world if it's not going to be completely even, is it? It's just sketching, isn't it? It's just learning the techniques and then perfecting it another time. Okay, that's that. And then we're drawing the roof. Like that. And then so it's a bit high, but it's fine, it doesn't matter. We're just learning the technique. That's why basically I've now kind of going to the part of creating practice videos as well, because now I'm realizing, right, the first lesson is when I learn. It doesn't have to be perfect, I'm just learning the technique, and I'm not being overly critical because now I know there will be a follow-up practice session where I can really practice the technique and maybe perfecting it that time. So, I mean, it could be a little bit shorter, but it's fine, we'll leave it as that. So we've done that. What does it want us to do next? Using your direction as W, so southwest line, as the reference angle, draw the ground line for the left section of the house. Okay. So I'm just making sure that you guys can see it. So all the lines must be parallel. Okay, that's done. And then let's have a look. Draw the vertical line for the near corner of the house. Draw the vertical line for the near corner of the house and draw the bottom left side with a line in direction NW. Okay. That line you have just drawn is now your reference angle line in direction NW. Use this to draw the top of the wall. I think mine are going up. Okay, so that's that. Draw the far left vertical wall. Draw the far left vertical wall. Draw a guide dot in the middle of the bottom of the wall. Like that. And then draw the peak of the roof making sure the near edge is noticeably larger than the back edge. Complete the roof with a line in direction NE, erase your extra lines. Okay. So we're doing, so that will be for the roof. I think it needs to be going a little bit like that. So that needs to go higher. So, okay, so that's, I'm just trying to use those lines as reference. That's that. The roof. I think that's that. So let's get rid of the lines. Where is my eraser gone? So let's get rid of these bits. Tidy it up a little bit. Sorry, I don't think you can see it. So, okay, that. I think we need to get rid of this one. So that's pretty cool. It's interesting to see the techniques applied to kind of draw this kind of stuff. So if we'll just show you where we're at, this is what we've done. Yeah, mine's a little bit more squeezed in and the roof is a little bit higher, whereas with Mark's, the artist, the house is a little bit more stretched out and the roof is a little bit lower. So this is something that I can play around with when I do the practice session. But the technique is there. Excuse me. Right, and then using the lines you have already drawn as reference direction lines NW and NE, lightly draw in guidelines for the shingles at the door, windows and garage. Once again, make sure that each of these detail elements lines up with the direction line. Yeah, so basically everything just needs to be paralleled. So we'll do the door. I do like the fact that everything has to be parallel. That does make it easier, definitely. I don't know about you guys, but I do have a tendency of drawing a straight line and then it always ends up going sideways. So having that reference is definitely useful. That's that. So we've got the door and then the windows. Like that. By the way, I forgot to say, but please feel free to follow along, see how you get on with learning how to draw something like this. Also, do let me know in the comments section if you know how to draw this already, or if this is the first time you're kind of learning this kind of techniques. Also, maybe you have the same book as well, or do let me know if you're using any other books, because it would be a really, really great way to share each other's experiences, share advice, tips. Guys, the weather has really, really changed here. It's like pouring down with rain. So we actually had a bit of a heat wave for about a week where it was 32 degrees. And today is the first day where, you know, we've got the showers, the thunder, the lightning, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's that. See, even here, I do have the tendency of just doing it sideways. Ah, look, I think we're supposed to raise this bit. So... Lovely. So that's that. And now we're just doing these lines here. Wow. Pouring down. Okay, that's that. And then on this side. Very nice. So I'll show you where we're at. This is in the book, and this is what we've done here. I think we've done pretty good. How about you? What else is there? Okay, so complete your brand new house. How exciting, but we've got to hustle here. The moving truck is arriving shortly. And you know what? The funny thing is, I am actually moving houses in a couple of weeks. So I am in the middle of packing everything. I've got boxes. So this is actually a very, very coincidental, I guess. Very coincidental. Drawing the shades and shadows and very dark undershadows under the eaves. The sidewalk and driveway are drawn by strictly following your direction guidelines. Look at how much faith I have in you. This is a very difficult element, and I've thrown you out there on your own with no safety guidelines. You are well on your way to drawing houses with only a few guidelines. You are way out on an independent limb here, so you might as well sketch in a few trees and shrubs, and why not? Let's recycle. Oh my gosh. I think it's even hail. It's not snow, but it's hail. Crazy. You are way out here, so you might as well sketch in a few trees and shrubs, and why not? Let's recycle our good old mailbox from lesson 12. And then the bonus challenge. Well, I won't be doing this right now today. I just wanted to do the house. Maybe in the next challenge, an advanced house challenge. But the bonus challenge is looking like this, so maybe we can do this at the practice session. What I'm gonna do is, I'm going to leave it here, guys, just because I'm gonna use the rest of this paper when I practice drawing the advanced houses, so because I don't want to start a new page just for that. And then we'll just play around. But yeah, I thought that was really straightforward. Nice little technique to draw advanced houses. So let me just put this here. So yeah, it's just nice to do these little short videos now and again, you know, after doing like a 3-part challenge. Doing something simple as this is quite pleasant. All right then. So yeah, this is my advanced houses. Please let me know how you got on in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me. And I would love to see you in the next video. Thanks everyone. Take care. Bye bye.